Millions of years ago on the Earth, there were monsters. Gigantic monsters which were so huge that they just dwarfed anything that exists today. We're talking about the dinosaurs. Others think the Earth simply changed too fast for them to adapt. But we know the truth. It was us humans who brought them down. They're going to be smarter than ever, more vicious and dead set on revenge. Let's get started. It's our fault they're no longer among us, and now we have the power to bring them back. Welcome to Jurassic World Rebirth. And somehow, these magnificent creatures went extinct. Some believe an asteroid impact caused their demise. In this series, the dinosaurs are coming back in a big way. Natural disasters are commonplace, and we've polluted every last inch of the Earth we can reach. They hide in an old abandoned city where they find shelter and food. There, they meet another survivor named Owen Grady. He's got a mysterious past and seems to know the area quite well. The raptors are acting strangely, almost as if they're intelligent enough to strategize and hunt in packs. Claire believes something else has been released, something which could be controlling the raptors, turning them into living weapons. There's a huge laboratory in the basement, and within it, they find the answer to all of their questions. As they flee, they're attacked by packs of raptors. It wanted to find something else. Something in the facility had caught its attention. The humans follow the Indoraptor to find out what it's after. What they find shocks them. They manage to fight them off, but they're low on ammo. Suddenly, the Indoraptor appears, blocking their path. With nowhere left to go, Claire and Owen make a stand. But what chance do they have against this super-intelligent beast? It's larger, stronger, more intelligent than ever. They have to leave the facility behind and venture into the dangerous wilderness once more. They're exhausted, hungry, and afraid, but they know that if they stop, the Indoraptor will find them. So they keep moving. It attacks, and Owen and Claire are forced to flee. They run for cover, hiding behind a large rock. They need a plan, but they don't have much time to come up with one. The Indoraptor is closing in. In fact, it's evolved. Claire and Owen watch in disbelief as the Indoraptor walks toward them. The Indoraptor growls, realizing that Claire and Owen won't join it. It lunges forward, knocking them both unconscious. When they wake up, they're tied to a tree. Until next time, remember, the Earth belongs to the dinosaurs now. The Indoraptor is nowhere to be found, but there's something worse waiting for them. Its eyes glow red, signaling that it's ready to kill. The raptors aren't being controlled by anything. They're actually thinking for themselves. It tells them that it's not the only one. There are others like it, others that were created in the labs of Biosin genetics. Together, they could rule the Earth. See, something called the Dinosaur Genome Activation Project was conducted here. But one day, Owen notices strange tracks in the mud. He recognizes them immediately. They're the same size and shape as the ones the Indoraptor left behind. That means it's still out there and hunting. Owen grabs Claire's hand, and together they charge at the Indoraptor. They're both armed with spears. They take turns attacking the dinosaur, jabbing at its eyes and throat. The Indoraptor roars in pain and anger. It lashes out with its claws and teeth, but Owen and Claire dodge out of the way. It looked like it was filmed decades ago, yet it showed the same dinosaur. Claire, Owen and the others desperately try to defend themselves, but it's hopeless. This thing is too smart. It's learning their behavior patterns and using them against them. Claire and Owen stand over the beast, catching their breath. Then they look down and realize the Indoraptor isn't alone. It's surrounded by eggs. One by one, the humans are picked off. Soon, it's just Claire and Owen left. But how? This doesn't make sense. How could a dinosaur from the past be related to the one in front of them? They pretend to be injured, tricking the Indoraptor into thinking it has already won. They lead it deeper into the compound where there's a large maintenance tunnel. It's too narrow for the Indoraptor to fit through, but that doesn't matter. It jumps into the shaft anyway, triggering a trap that collapses the tunnel. The Indoraptor is buried under tons of rubble, hopefully ending its reign of terror once and for all. Or is this just some kind of elaborate bias in genetics experiment? Turns out the answer is both. See, the Indoraptor is a descendant of the velociraptors that have been roaming the Earth all this time. All that time they were evolving, slowly gaining intelligence until the moment they were captured by bias in genetics. That's when the real experiments began. They used genetic engineering to turn the velociraptors into the Indoraptor. They made it bigger, stronger, more intelligent. In short, a dinosaur was genetically engineered to be smarter than any animal on the planet. The experiment was successful, but the creature was deemed too dangerous and locked away. Its name was the Indoraptor. Claire thinks he might be the key to navigating this world, but first she has to gain his trust. Their investigation leads them deep into the wilderness, where they find a massive compound filled with the most advanced technology imaginable. It looks like the headquarters of bias in genetics. What they don't realize is that they're being watched, stalked by something incredibly dangerous. While getting settled in their new home, they discover even more raptors have been released, along with other carnivores like carnivores. It seems that biocide genetics is just getting started. Our goal now is total domination. Scientists are creating artificial environments to keep people alive, safe, and most importantly, breeding pairs of animals to repopulate the Earth after human extinction. They might be armed, but how effective will those weapons be against some of the deadliest predators ever to exist? Will they survive the night? And if so, how much of the city will be left standing come morning? Stay tuned to find out. The plan is to put them in stasis until the Earth is healthy enough to support life again. The animals will wake up to a new world and become its rulers. The last ecosystem. The year is 2042. Humans have ravaged the planet. The animals in question are all cloned from prehistoric DNA found at various sites around the globe. They're literally bringing back the dinosaurs. But this is being done in secret by the company Biosin Genetics. No one knows what they're doing. But there is one problem. This is a group led by Claire Deering, a woman who has no problem showing her face or giving interviews. She's been through many dangerous situations before, such as the events of Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. So she's definitely not a coward. Meanwhile, outside the safety of these labs, survivors are forming their own communities, trying to stay alive as long as possible. Through this gap, they see gigantic winged reptiles unlike any they've seen before. Claire knows these beasts as raptories. She also knows that Biosin Genetics must have released them from their facility. One day, a storm hits Claire's camp, and when it passes, a large hole is torn in the sky above them. Claire and her team take off into the wilderness to avoid the raptors. As the sun sets over the ruined cities, Claire and Owen find themselves facing off against the resurrected monsters. The genetic awakening. Somehow Claire, Owen, and the others manage to survive the night despite the odds. Now they're faced with a new problem. They decide to track the source of the signal to determine what's happening. As they search the facility, they learn more about what Biosin Genetics has been up to. Now that it's loose, Claire, Owen, and the others have to get out of the facility before it finds them. The Indoraptor attacks, but then it suddenly stops. It turns and runs deeper into the jungle. Turns out it wasn't interested in hunting humans. It seems the Indoraptor was drawn to a monitor displaying footage of itself. But that's not the weird part. The footage was old, really old. The Indoraptor finally snaps out of its stupor and attacks. With their backs against the wall, Claire and Owen come up with a plan, but something unexpected happens. The ground begins to shake. The Indoraptor emerges from the rubble, unscathed. It looks different now, alliance of survival. Claire and Owen barely escape with their lives. Days turn into weeks, and the Indoraptor never appears. Maybe it was injured during its escape. Just as Owen predicted, the Indoraptor soon appears, looking stronger than ever. Owen and Claire exchange glances. They know what they have to do. After several minutes of fighting, the Indoraptor collapses. It's mortally wounded, but it's not dead yet. Suddenly, the Indoraptor speaks. It's using telepathy to communicate with Claire and Owen. But Claire and Owen refuse. They know what Biosign Genetics is capable of. They won't let it happen again. The screen fades to black. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this Jurassic World fan fiction, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.